Everyone, sun's finally coming out. I hope you guys had a great start into your new year. The first day's already over. I hope it was better than mine because mine was not that good. Didn't get everything done I wanted to. And today I'm out already jogging. I got a little bit wet. The sun's coming out, thank God. But I want to talk to you guys today a bit more about what we started on yesterday. And the main message of today is that things do not have to be perfect. I know in the new year we all get these resolutions and we all have these goals and everyone wants everything to go perfectly and to be exactly the way we want it to be. But that's not going to happen. Sorry to burst your bubble here, but things aren't going to be perfect. For example, for me, it was the fact that it rained this morning, which is why my glasses are still a bit wet. Luckily the sun came out, but I decided to go jogging anyway, because me going jogging mattered more than the rain. And for most of you, or for most of us, in a lot of situations, the problem is that the situation and the circumstances matter more to us than the task itself. Maybe not consciously, but subconsciously for sure. So let's give an example. A really good example is for single people at a bar. They often don't take the courage to go and talk to someone new because it makes them too uncomfortable. They're too scared. It's not... they could fail, they could get rejected, and all of these circumstances, all of these situational things that could happen make them stop going for it. They just get scared and they don't even try. But in the end, what matters more is that they maybe get a date. You know, if they get rejected a couple times, that's fine. But at the end, they could get a date. They could finally meet that one person that would be with them forever. But instead they get, the situation holds them back. And maybe you can't relate to that, but maybe you can relate to the fact that you wanted to hit the gym and one day you just didn't feel like it, so you didn't go. Or that you wanted to read a lot last year and you just ended up, reading one book maybe because you forgot about it. And then you felt really horrible trying to start again, so you didn't. There's a lot of different situations that can happen. What I want to talk to you guys about is that you have to be aware of what matters. Focus on what matters, not what doesn't matter. So, the rain, the fact that this is not the best video in the world, those things don't matter as much as me creating a video or as much as me going out and actually going for a run. Because at the end of the day, whether it rained or not, I did it. I went running or I didn't go running. At the end of the day, when you're at the bar, either you went up and talked to that person or you didn't. And that's what separates a lot of successful people from those that are less successful. It's the fact that the successful people, they don't care about the situation. Things don't have to be perfect for them. In fact, they learn how to deal with situations that are not perfect and make the best out of them. I see a lot of people trying to get every situation perfect before they start because they compare themselves to the people that are already at the top. You see this a lot on YouTube especially, with people buying all sorts of cameras, buying all sorts of equipment, getting the perfect editing software, doing everything possible to get the best quality videos, and then they can't even record a video. Because they're too afraid, they're too uncomfortable, they haven't practiced speaking or whatever. And then in the end of the day, they bought all of this equipment and then they're doing nothing with it. And that should be the other way around. The situation should adapt to whatever you're doing, not you doing, or did I say that right? What I mean is that you should not be controlled by the situation. I think I messed that up in the, just now. But you should not be controlled by the situation. You should try to take control of the situation, make the best of it. Now, if you have all the equipment, great. But at the end of the day, you still have to produce a video. Otherwise, it won't matter. The same way, if you bought all that jogging gear, you still have to go out and go jogging. Just because you bought a lot of gear doesn't mean that you'll, just suddenly be a great runner, or that you'll suddenly be fit. That's not how things work. So don't count on things being exactly the way you want them to be, because they're not. And instead, just do it anyway. You have a lot of New Year's resolutions for this coming year, for 2018, and I want you to really remember why you set them, and to focus on doing them regardless of what happens outside. So whether it's raining, whether the sun's shining, whether you have all the equipment you need, just get started anyway and do it anyway. And if you happen to be in a situation that you really don't like, that's really uncomfortable, or that you really wish you could change, make the best out of it anyway. Learn to accept that not everyone is going to talk about the same things you are, and they don't have to. Learn to accept that sometimes people are going to get into fights and arguments, and sometimes you're going to be in stressful situations. And learn to accept that over the course of your life, you're going to meet a lot of imperfect situations. Hello. And that's fine. Because once you can deal with those situations, once you can really say, once you can make the best out of it and still be happy in those situations anyway, that's when you really have a grasp on life. This is not the big things that count. It's all those little things that you make amazing. So, when you're with your family and they start arguing about something you think is really stupid again, or when you hit the gym and you realize you can't lift as many weights as you thought you could, or when you're reading and you can't focus, it doesn't matter. Just make the best of it and enjoy yourself anyway. Enjoy your time with your family, because that matters more. Try to read as much as you can, and if you can't get through it all, then stop and pick it up again later. And what is the other thing I said? And if you hit the gym and you don't get to lift exactly the kinds of weights you want to lift, then accept that as well. And realize that you still have a long way to go, and that things will get better, that you will get stronger. And just do it anyway. And I hope this video serves as a great example for that, because I'm a writer. I'm a writer and a person that talks to people one-on-one. I am not a content creator, not a YouTuber. I don't do well in front of a camera, at least not yet. But that's okay. I'm doing this because I want to get better at it. And for those of you watching this right now, whether this is a year into the future or right now when this video is coming out, know that this is where I started, and that things weren't perfect. My camera isn't perfect, the outside isn't perfect, I don't even have any means to edit things right now, and that's okay. Because I'm doing it anyway. I'm making this year great. And I'm doing something uncomfortable and posting it for you guys to see that as well. So I hope you take something with you from this. If you have any questions for me to answer on these kinds of, nice, chill walks, then let me know. And just post your questions in the comments below, and I'll try to think about it. And if I feel like it, I'll answer it. But I want this to be real. I want to show you guys a little bit of an inside, kind of behind the scenes footage, and to show you that things don't have to be great. And that although a lot of people online are pretending to be really amazing at everything, so you trust them more, we're all still human. Whether that's me or some hotshot celebrity, there's things that we're good at, there's things that we're uncomfortable with, and I want you guys to have something to compare to that's more real than these Facebook and Instagram celebrities where you only see the highlight reels. So that's why I'm creating these videos. I know it's something unusual. Maybe I'll create some other videos later on, but I will go back to my run now, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.